Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into what is, without a doubt, Silicon Valley's newest obsession. It's a startup called Cognition AI, and it's barely a year old, but it's already got a valuation that just, well, it boggles the mind. So let's break down how on earth they did it.
All right, let's just start with this number because it almost doesn't seem real. $9.8 billion. And to give you some perspective here, that's not just a big number for a brand new company. That is a valuation that huge. Established companies, the ones you see every day, took decades to build. This figure alone is what's sending shockwaves through the entire tech industry.
So you see a number like that, and it immediately begs a really big, really simple question. We are not talking about a company that's been grinding it out for 10 years. Cognition AI is like a year old. So how do they get to be worth so much so incredibly fast? To figure that out, we have to look at what they're actually building.
Okay, so to get to the bottom of this valuation mystery, you have to meet their flagship product, Devin. And you've got to understand, what Cognition is building here, it's not just some clever little app, it's not another productivity tool. No, they're shooting for the moon. They're trying to create an entirely new kind of worker.
The company itself, led by CEO Scott Wu, was only founded last year, in 2023. And you really need to keep that date in your head, because the speed, the sheer velocity of their climb from day one to a nearly $10 billion company, that's a massive part of this story.
Now here's the kicker. Their product, Devin, isn't just another coding assistant like, say, GitHub Copilot that gives you suggestions. Cognition is making a way bolder claim. They're calling Devin the world's first true AI software engineer. And that distinction, it's absolutely crucial. This is a tool that isn't designed to help a human engineer. It's designed to be one.
And listen, this isn't just the company's own marketing hype. Even the Wall Street Journal is taking this seriously, saying it's a tool that can operate autonomously. Just stop and think about what that actually means for a second. It means you could give it a single complex request, and it would then plan, code, debug, and ship a finished product, all by itself. Wild.
And this kind of groundbreaking power, well, it's already attracting some seriously major clients. We're not talking about small startups just trying it out. No, we're talking Goldman Sachs, Ramp, Nubank, Built. These are the heavy hitters in finance and tech, and they're already using Devin to build their own software faster. That right there proves there's serious, real-world demand.
So landing huge clients like Goldman is one thing, but that still doesn't quite explain the incredible speed of all this. To really get that, you have to see how Cognition is running a classic, super aggressive Silicon Valley growth playbook.
And a big part of that playbook is that they're not just building, they're also buying. They recently went out and acquired a rival AI coding startup called Windsurf, which is just a classic power move. It does three things at once, right? You get new talent, you absorb their tech, and maybe most importantly, you take a competitor clean off the board.
Now, when you have a killer product and you're making these aggressive moves, that combination is basically like a magnet for a certain type of investor with very, very deep pockets. And that is exactly what happened next.
Just look at this timeline. It shows you the absolutely insane speed of their rise. They're founded in 2023. By early 2025, they're already worth $4 billion. But then, get this, just a few months later, by August, that valuation more than doubles to nearly $10 billion. That's not just growth. That's an explosion, and it was all fueled by a new wave of cash.
You can literally see the investor confidence behind that explosion right here in the share price. So in a previous funding round, shares were going for about $23. But in the latest round, the Series C, new investors were lining up to pay over $55 a share. That's a huge premium. It tells you they believe the company's value more than doubled in just a few months.
And here's the crucial point. This isn't just any investment from any firm. Look at this list. You've got Peter Thiel's Founders Fund leading the latest round. Joe Lonsdale's 8VC led the one before. These are some of the most successful, most influential VCs on the planet. The same people who backed giants like Facebook and Palantir early on. This is a massive bet from what people call the smartest money in the room. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. You have a revolutionary product, you have massive clients, and you have elite backers. What does all of that add up to? Well, it points to something way bigger than just one company's success. We could be looking at a whole new reality for how software gets made. So when you finally connect all the dots, the formula for this nearly $10 billion valuation, it becomes crystal clear.
It's a perfect storm, really. You start with a product that honestly feels like science fiction, then you get it validated immediately by huge clients, and that in turn attracts the smartest and richest investors in Silicon Valley. It's a sequence that led to a record-breaking valuation in a time frame that just a few years ago would have been unimaginable.
And all of this leaves us with one final and pretty provocative thought. The success of Cognition isn't really just about one company's crazy valuation. It's about a potential massive shift in the value of an entire profession. So, if an AI can actually be an engineer, what does that mean for the future of all the human engineers out there? That right there is the $10 billion question this company is forcing all of us to ask.